Salakia, man. Trying to get this lesson out for the longest, but you know, that's what happens when you're working. Anyway, shit, Salakia, brothers. Anyway, getting back in the spirit. This is what I saw last night at 11:38 p.m. Now, that wasn't any particular schedules for any blood moons or anything like that, so that was kind of weird. That I seen that last night, but that's actually quite common because the last few nights, and really since this season began, has been what appearing to be blood moons, depending on when the moon rises. Okay, which we know is heavy omens according to the spirit. Let's look this up. Blood moons is decade. So let's look here. Let's look this up. Total lunar eclipses worldwide. I believe the next one is March 14th, 2025, which Lord's will, we be out of here by then. March 13th through the 14th, and then you have September 7 and 8. And usually when you have blood moons, they usually are like concurrent within the same year. Like I remember they had what they call a tetrad, I believe, back in 2014 and 2015. We had two, one in April, one in September, and then the next year we had one in April, and I believe one in October, between 2014 and 2015. And those, they came in like a unison of four. And, you know, shortly thereafter, then, you know, the coup for J. Ham, that kicked up, and then all of a sudden this smackdemic came about with the sea, you know what, and the tensions in the Middle East. So yeah, these do dictate signs of the world, as we got that in the book of Genesis. Clearly goes into the sun and the moon being, or the moon being, a declaration of seasons and times. The next one is September 7th and 8th in 2026. March 2nd and 3rd. Then you have another one in 28, which, wow, that's crazy. December 31st, which is New Year's Eve. You know, now I don't know where we're going to be at by then. That's fucking what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 5 years from now. So who knows, man, you know. But then is one significant, December 20th and 21, the 21st, which is during the time of the winter solstice, which we know there's a lot of heavy sacrifices that's being done around that time. So Lord's will, man, these blood moons take place when we're in the kingdom. Okay, because honestly speaking, the way that this world is going, like I was looking at it was like a news clipping, and basically I believe this chick, she was like on Facebook marketplace or something like that. And you know, people, they do deals and they buy stuff like that, and they meet up with people, and then after she allegedly met up with somebody, then some niggas put 20 in the fucking car, man. Killed the little girl and hit the boy in the head. You know, I think they shot the baby girl. She was 4 years old. She got put to death, and then the little boy got hit in the goddamn head, man. So we're in some fucked up times. We're living in some times, man. And Yahweh Shem Shai is really getting ready to open the floodgates of hell on this fucking place, man. Especially you Jakes. Because Jake think everything is a damn joke, man. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of that, this is the book of 2nd Esdras 9. And the purpose of the video is to show the significance of these moons. Because like I said, technically yesterday wasn't a blood moon that was scheduled that they picked up on. Now, like I said in an earlier segment, you have flower moons, you have what they call flower moons, you have pink moons, whatever, blue moons, and all that other nonsense. They got all types of names for these particular phenomenons, man. You know, so who knows what they call this, you know, but this was like when the moon was rising. So it's oftentimes will be a reddish hue, but this one's pretty up there. So it just stood out. And like I said, brothers from other states, they seen the same thing, because this is not here in Kansas. I don't know what state this is. Whatever brothers sent this in a group chat, but this is not Missouri. Must be in the Midwest, because Kansas City, Missouri is in the Midwest. But I'm seeing the same thing, okay? The same moon. And it appears to be red to some degree. And it's pretty up there, okay? Not knowing, I mean, but it wasn't an eclipse, though. That's the crazy part. So Yahweh Shem Shai is declaring the times. 2nd Esdras 9 and 1, it says, and he answered me then and said, measure thou the times diligently in itself, and when thou seest the part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. Okay, these are the signs that the Lord has warned us to pay attention to because of the phenomenon. Okay, you had some in Ukraine, I believe, like they destroyed a dam or some shit. So now Basically, the floodgates of hell is open out there. Okay, cities are being flooded out there. You know, cities are being bombed. You got this border crisis. Okay, you got this immigration crisis. The economy, everything is pretty much getting ready to come to a halt. Okay, I believe that the Fed now is scheduled to kick off July 1st. Slovakia, July 1st. But don't quote me on it because we don't know if it's gonna go totally digital or what. But now they're talking about blackouts and military drills, and these senators got these particular phones, satellite phones. So I believe sooner than later they're gonna start disrupting things like systems and so forth, and banking systems. And I believe that these city economies are gonna get disrupted through these various blackouts and these attacks on the infrastructure and the grid, so they can be justified on declaring a banking crisis, because the average person is not gonna sit around too long and let their money go to shit. Okay, versus everything transferring over to digital means, you're losing all your life savings. You're losing your residual income, your social security. People ain't just gonna go for that without an excuse. So therefore, they have to stage something, which makes sense for them to stage some type of EMP strike or some type of cyber outage. And on top of that, it's been hot as fuck this week. So we have to see. But it says, and measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest the parts of the science past, which I've told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, okay? And we're seeing it. Now, let me go to YouTube real quick. Let's look up Jason A. He's usually good about reporting end time events. Okay, the last video he did was 4 days ago. Okay, and look at this. 9 days ago, then you got Strange Sounds in America. Strange events worldwide, and these actually some good videos, man, because now this guy Elon Musk, which is control opposition, basically he's tweeting something about the Rothschilds and all this other stuff, and how they're funding all this gender euphoria and all this other nonsense. He's basically control opposition. He's appearing to be against the establishment, but nonetheless he's a lower level luminary. Okay, because I saw like a clip of a tweet he made, and it was like this assembly line of men and women going through getting their members chopped off, and then he said something about the Rothschilds or something like that, and how this is an agenda that they're pushing, but they pay him to do that. Okay, he's not really against the Rothschilds. In fact, he's right along with them, but they need control opposition, so therefore they could give the people some type of false sense of hope to fighting for tyrannical freedom, so to speak. So it's all fucking madness at the end of the day, man. But we know the men of the Lord, we're coming out with the raw, unfiltered truth. And this is where it ends. All right. But it says, thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right. These blood moons are popping up. And while I'm not necessarily saying this is a blood moon, okay, but the color of the moon was just unnatural. You see what I'm saying? It just seemed it seems a little ominous. It says, wherefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay? And the men of the Lord spake since the world began. Because when it goes into the garden, it says that the voice of the garden, the cool of the day. Okay? The voice being the men of the Lord. Because we're the voice people, or we are the voice of Yahweh Bashem and Yahweh Shai. And the cool of the day, metaphorically speaking, if you want to look at it, because, the beginning of time, the Lord have already declared the end, but we wasn't in the end then. So we was in the time of the cool, meaning like the coolest part of the day is the early morning. Okay, when you're not even halfway through your day, but now we're at the last hour of that day, which is this place going down. Okay, over thousands of years it took for it to come to this point through much wickedness, like it goes into Esdras. It goes into how a certain amount of judgment have to be allocated in the planet Earth before the Most High moves the sands of time, so to speak. That's why when you playing a lot of these video games like Mortal Kombat and the new Spider-Man movie, you got The Flash, they're all dealing with these multiverses, okay, with these different universe or these different realities, because the reality that they originally come from was destroyed. So Esau Edom is trying to figure out how to go back in time and manipulate the sands of time, because in the Mortal Kombat, the reboot of the Mortal Kombat universe, I believe it came back out in 2011 when basically from the last entry, what happened was they resetted everything. They reset the timeline and created another timeline. Okay, all the way up until this last installment, you had somebody named Chronica, basically, where she was like a god type ordeal. You know, she was like over the elder gods, and she was actually shaping the sands of time. And as time progressed through the different tournaments and the wickedness on the planet Earth, those timelines began to merge to the point they had to reset it again through Liu Kang. So it's all crazy, man. But you can see how they're trying to tie into this multiverse phenomenon, which the multiverse goes into the different galaxies and the different worlds that the Most High has out there. Because the scriptures say, my father's house is of many mansions. But see, where they go off at is the fact that they're talking about it's different realities of your life. That's off, okay? Because the Most High create unique spirits. He didn't duplicate another apostle Tahar. I mean, you have different men with similar spirits, okay? Like our children and so forth. Like when you see, like today, that's the spirit. I was on a bus passing out some flyers and shit. And I had a dream about my uncle, but then I seen a Jake that got on the bus that resembled my uncle, dressed the same little swag and everything. It was almost scary. I was like, what the fuck? You know, but he wasn't my uncle, of course, but it was such a similar, familiar spirit with that. So you have similar spirits within people, but there's no other version of a carbon copy of me out there somewhere being a fucking lawyer or a truck driver or being a feminist or some shit. No, that's where they go off at. That's the confusion of it. But you can see they're trying to escape that judgment through all the hell that's on the planet Earth. And that's where that multiverse shit comes in at. All right, which goes into the scriptures. It says, for like as all that is made in the world had the beginning and the end is manifest. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs, man. Okay, so this is nothing more but a mere sign. All right. Okay, you know, look at the moon. Totally looks like it's blood red, but there was no mention of any type of lunar eclipses yesterday. So it's quite interesting how the Lord is showing these signs in the earth, and they're going to intensify. And, you know, before you know it, the Lord going to get us up out of this joint. Okay, because this is the book of Luke 21, and I'm going to start at let's start at verses 22. It says, for these be the days of vengeance. Okay, what's the days of vengeance? The judgments. Okay, America being destroyed, the so-called white men going into slavery, the 2/3 of our people. Jake is wilding the fuck out, man. To the point Jake is opening up, firing people in broad daylight. Okay, like I said, man, you know, old girl, I think she did something on Marketplace, like Facebook Market. You go and you meet people and you buy stuff. And allegedly her driving out, somebody put 20 in the fucking car. Now, we don't know the motives behind it. I can't tell you. I didn't really go into the account, but it's just the fact that you can't even go and shop in peace without somebody trying to kill your ass, man. Then again, she could have been involved in some wickedness because the Lord does not make mistakes, okay? The Lord, nobody perishes being innocent. So clearly, you know, the Lord had beef with her. But regardless of it, you know, just looking from a bystanding point, it appears to be that, damn, that's fucked up. But hey, it is what it is, man. You niggas are wicked any goddamn way. All right, you Jakes, like Apostle Dar said, he said, you belong in the goddamn bush somewhere, man. You know, ooging and booging and chucking and spear chucking and doing all. You niggas belong in the fucking jungle, man. That's why Esau blow you monkey ass niggas away every time. Look, I don't feel bad when Esau put fucking 50 in your goddamn back, man. I don't feel bad about that. Because, hey, look at the way you behave. You shoot each other. You carrying banana clips on a fucking Glock. Okay, you got rocket launchers. Where the fuck you get a goddamn rocket launcher from, man? Some RPG. I thought that was military type shit. How the fuck did the nigga from O Block get it? The fuck niggas robbing freight trains, man. Niggas sticking up gas stations, liquor stores, bait trucks. You GTA niggas, man. You fucking GMO babies. You come right out of a goddamn video game, man. That's what you are. Like Apostle Bakar got a saying for you, nigga, when we call you cotton candy heads, man. Oh, shit, man. But yeah, man, the judgment is getting ready to commence. That's why all this we ain't seen nothing yet, brother. Wait till the Most High allow Esau to bankrupt his society. Oh, the freaks really gonna come out. You know, you people are literally a meal ticket away from a fucking mental institution. You know, like they got us going around, trying to canvas and pass out resources and help people out. Look, these people, look, man, it's easy money to me. But I mean, this shit ain't gonna help. These people are too far gone. And the shit you trying to help them out with is the shit they trying to escape from. These people, hey, Jake don't believe in medication, man. I was speaking to this grimy ass nigga. Here's 95 degrees. This nigga got a damn ski mask on, man. A face mask on, man. You know he was a fucking gremlin. He was one of them gremlins that Apostle Heart to Heart did a video. I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, this dude is a damn gremlin. He comes sit next to me, so I gave him the flyer and explained the program to him. And he's like, man, bro, I don't even deal with medicine. I said, I don't blame you. He said, man, that shit killing us. A GMO baby knows this, But you see, the shit that Jake is trying to get away from, Esau is trying to suck it back down their throat. That's why these institutions are trying to spoon feed that shit to Jake again, because Jake is getting away from it, man. Jake is catching on to these corporations being not for their benefit. You see? But it says, these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled, but warn to them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there should be great distress in the land and wrath upon this people. Who is it talking about? You grimy, ickety boo niggas, man. It's talking about you Jakes. This is going back to 70 AD. You can read about this in the Josephus. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and should be led away captive into all nations. That happened already. And it says, in Jerusalem should be trodden down of the Gentiles until the Gentiles be fulfilled. Time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, which proves that them rodents in our land ain't the real Israelites, man. Them niggas don't even go by Israelites. They go by the we call them small headers, man. Okay, them small headers, them top headers. And it says, and there should be signs in the sun and in the moon. What you seeing here, that's a sign right there, man. If I've seen it, I've never seen as many blood moons, or I've never seen this type of phenomenon in the heaven within the last 10 years since I've been on the planet Earth, man. Okay, since I've come to the truth, it's been all types of shit, man. The chariot sightings, all types of stuff. I remember before I actually went out and started teaching, when I moved down here to KC, because, I didn't just go out the next day I moved here. I was pretty young. I believe I was shy of a year moving here, and I was still pretty young. I wasn't all that built up yet to go out. And I was praying to the Most High. I was on the balcony and I was praying to the Lord about making me a teacher and, building me up to do it, because I understood the Lord was like, look, you're going to have to do this shit. You're going to have to bite the bullet and do it. Jake was scared as hell. Like, man, But I knew in my spirit I had to do it. And then when I sent up the prayer, I seen a chariot fly past. I'm like, that go to confirmation. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and, and Lord almost fucking burnt my ass alive, man. Back then, like, look, get your ass out there and go teach, man. You know what you're supposed to know. You good, you build, you study every goddamn day. Go out there, man. You'll get used to it, and bam, here we go. But regardless, man, all the signs in the heavens, we're seeing them, you see. So call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But it says here, and there should be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. You see these nations clashing. Everybody is trying to fill the big vacuum because everybody has one common agenda: to blow this whore off the goddamn map, man. Okay, the one common goal of the heathen nations, even of other Edomite nations like the Russians, they want to see this place fall. Okay, and hey, I'm with you on that, man. We want to see this place fall like yesterday, and it is falling, brothers. And it's gonna continue to fall quicker, because hey, Yahushua said, "Behold, I've seen Satan fall from heaven as lightning." This place is gonna fall, bros, and when it fall, hey, the scriptures say that the cry of our fall was heard from the Red Sea, man. So when America falls, it's gonna be known. You're gonna feel it. We all gonna feel it. And it says, in the moon and the stars and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts fell in them for fear and having heart attacks, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, earthquakes, tsunamis. Like I said, out there in the Ukraine, I believe like a dam was blown up or something like that. To the point you have waters just running through the fucking streets. It's crazy. Chariot sightings, Esau was getting afraid, man. The chariots are literally popping up like clockwork, because they're here. Apparitions, all types of madness. It's getting real strange. And it says, and looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven should be shaken, and then they should see the sign of the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. That cloud is a chariot. And when these things begin to come to pass, look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draw nigh. So, hey, brothers, we're looking forward to our salvation. Okay, this ain't the time to get all butthurt and offended. We're at the end, bro. The Yahweh Shai's getting ready to come back and get us, man. Okay, we ain't gonna be here too much longer. I refuse to believe we got another 20 years in this bitch. All right, this goddamn place is done. I'll be surprised if this motherfucker make it out of 2030. I mean, if we make it up to 20, I mean, I can see it going up to 2030, but honestly speaking, I don't see it going past that. But my reasoning is like, we out this bitch 2024, 2025. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that's the case, but, you know, in my mind as a man, you know, carnally speaking, I can see that. But behold, he spake unto them a parable, which is a riddle. Behold, the fig tree and all the trees. It says, which now shoot forth, ye see and know of yourselves that summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise, when ye see these things come to pass, ye know that the kingdom of the Most High is at hand. But verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, which is talking about this rulership, but my word shall not pass away. So then take heed to yourselves, lest any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness, which surfeiting goes into being drunk off the cares of this life and the cares of this life, so that day come upon you unawares. For all you gobbling ass jakes out there that's putting off the day of the Lord, man, and acting like it's an Israelite party 24/7, and you not prophesying, hey, the cares of this life, you're gonna be tooken, man. All right, and it says, and watch ye therefore and pray always. And the Lord is telling us what to do, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that should come upon the earth and to stand before the Son of Man, man, okay? Because I'm going to tell you like this, brothers, man. The time that's coming, the Lord is finna play drop off, okay? The Lord is finna get the eliminating motherfuckers, process of elimination, starting in His truth, man. Okay, think of it like as a level of a video game, and basically it's like a battle royal, and you're escaping the traps and pitfalls and shit, and just imagine the levels are getting more intense as you progress to the point only the lucky and the fortunate is gonna survive. So people are gonna start getting dropped off, man. You know how that you you push that bell on a bus, that motherfucker go doo, and you get off. Lord he's getting ready to start dropping jakes, man. And a lot of you just gonna give up the faith and go back in the world. A lot of you gonna be afraid. A lot of you ain't gonna know what to do, especially when they promote that C-hip. A lot of you just gonna give up the faith when that comes, because you've been played, you've been lied to, and you're gonna be too proud to repent and do the right thing, to the point a lot of you just gonna say, you know what, man, fuck it. Our telling the truth is done. We'll see you on the other side. Okay, which is a horrible mindset to what's happening. But anyway, I'm gonna end it there. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakakodash. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Ball.